And when I woke up this morning, I was feeling pretty dangerous.
Care to expand on that?
I just woke up feeling real dangerous. Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is episode 64. Nick, I know you love that Baker Mayfield quote. Before I actually do that, I should introduce us. Bumpin' Shoulders, a Sportsworks podcast, your local NFL news and MMA news podcast. I'm Timothy Chura here with Nick Kappas. Nick, I know you love that Baker quote. We just listened to that a couple times, and the biggest takeaway from that quote is somebody wheezes both times when he says he's feeling dangerous. Do you hear that in the back?
No,
Worst noise.
I just, I woke up feeling dangerous today, and then put 12 hours in at work, and now I don't feel so dangerous anymore.
I feel tired.
And I'm just exhausted.
And no one wheezes when you say that.
But it's just like, that was a cool thing, because, I don't know, you don't get that from the quarterback, and Baker's that type of guy.
Hey, when's the last time the Browns had a good enough quarterback to get that?
When's the last time the Browns won 3 games in a season?
No, but when's the last time the Browns had a quarterback that was playing well enough to say he woke up feeling dangerous?
Yeah.
And not, I woke up feeling dangerous and thought I was going to throw 5 picks.
Well, and they just got themselves a real win over the Falcons, which we'll get into, but...
Big win.
Dude, if Baker wakes up, and he played real well.
Yeah, 3 incompletions? We'll get into that.
So
later,
he's, keep waking up dangerous, and everybody's woken up dangerous before. Baker's always dangerous.
I've never woken up high-level NFL quarterback dangerous, so...
Oh, I have.
I don't think I'm quite there.
If someone gives me a football, I'm throwing this at least 60 yards right now, as soon as I wake up.
Is that what he did in the morning?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you woke up feeling dangerous.
Weird way to start, I guess, but he did it, and he played dangerous football, carved up that decent Falcons secondary that everybody trusts.
Why are you covering this? Why are you covering the football game?
I don't know. Before we get into football, though, we do want to take a moment to honor arguably the greatest American writer in U.S. history. Stan Lee, founder of Marvel, passed away at 95 years old. This is somebody that was huge for us growing up.
This is somebody that, he's 95 years... Well, he passed away at 95 years old, but...
A month away from 96.
Every time he would go into the hospital, too, you and I would, whoever's noticed it would get so upset. We're like, oh, God, we can't lose him yet. And this came out of, the public's eye out of nowhere. I don't know if he was in the hospital or not. But this, not only the greatest American writer, but one of the greatest Americans. He's a World War II vet.
Is he really?
Yeah.
He also was married to the same woman for 70 years.
It's crazy.
Joan B. Lee from 1947 till she passed away in 2017.
Brought us Spider-Man, the Hulk, Iron Man, Captain America,
yeah.
the Avengers, Deadpool,
Human Torch, Fantastic Four in general.
Dude,
one of the most creative people.
I forgot who tweeted it out, but somebody went, I feel bad because Stan Lee passed away before he got to see a decent remake of the Fantastic Four. And it's like, yeah, all the Fantastic Four movies have been pretty bad. But
yeah. But the comics were not. And he came up with the greatest supervillain of all time.
Who's that?
The Vulture.
Venom.
No, the Vulture.
Not
man.
the Vulture.
The Vulture is so cool.
I forget what it is. His last cameo will be in Wreck-It Ralph 2.
Weird.
He filmed a little cameo for Wreck-It Ralph, and that will be his last feature. And, arguably the greatest kids movie ever.
It is very good. But rest in peace to the GOAT.
And thank you for
childhood.
Yeah, our childhood. We went to Florida, and I know we saw it there. I think it was our first or second day there, though. We went to Universal to watch the very first Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire.
The best Spider-Man movie to date.
You were 2.
Still is the best, though.
No.
Yeah. What one's better?
Spider-Man 3.
No, that was the worst of those Tobey
No,
Maguire
I love
Spider-Man.
them, dude. I love Venom.
And the new guys aren't great. I'm not a big Tom Holland plays a good Spider-Man, so does Andy Garfield, but you can't replace Tobey.
They did.
No, it's not the same though. And our little brother argues with us about Tom Holland being better than Tobey Maguire, but he just doesn't get it.
I guess. He didn't experience that first Spider-Man.
That awkward as fuck Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That everyone could relate to, because it's we've all felt that weird. We all wake up Baker Mayfield dangerous, and we all go to sleep
Tobey Maguire
awkward. It's a spectrum. We are going to recap the week of NFL, but Nick, before we do that, I want to talk a little bit about our friends over at MyBookie.
What about them?
People that listen here usually come in and check us out for some game picks and tips for the weekend of betting, especially on tomorrow's podcast, Third and a Mile.
Yep.
Usually people tune in to figure out what team will win or if they'll cover the spread. Truth is, we are struggling on certain picks lately, but we're hitting on others, and we can't guarantee anything. We can just give our best guesses. If you're listening to this and trust us that we think you know, you've got to check out MyBookie. Remember, who you're betting on is just as important as who you're betting with. This is why we use MyBookie and personally recommend them to anybody looking to get into the gambling game. This website is our real best bet of the season. They've been around for years, easy to use, great mobile site, and have all sorts of betting action available. In-game lines, live betting, even the ability to bet the over-under on fantasy points a player will score each game. Or yards they'll catch.
Or the point total in a basketball game.
Touchdowns they'll throw, point total in a basketball game. The live betting's fun when it pays off. Other times it just burns you.
You can also bet if Pat McAfee beats Lamar Odom in a game of horse.
He's at plus 700 right now. Don't miss out on that. He's a good shooter.
You're liking it.
I am liking it. That game's Thursday afternoon. I think it's 1 p.m.
Yeah.
Let's go Pat McAfee. Lamar Odom, I hope you choke. Join MyBookie now, and with our promo code, they will match your first deposit 50% of it up to $1,000. I got to fix that in the ad read.
You struggle with that every time.
I haven't changed it. Head over to mybookie.ag. That's mybookie.ag, and enter promo code DORK when creating your account to take them up on this exclusive offer. 50% of your first deposit. Nick, what's that mean?
Well, you know where I'm going.
I know exactly where you're going.
That means if, you're feeling risque and you...
Dangerous, even.
Yeah, if you're feeling dangerous. Or even Tobey Maguire awkward, I guess.
Yeah, sometimes
and you want to put $200 in. MyBookie will give you an extra $100 to go bet with.
So you're saying if you're feeling dangerous and throw 200 in, MyBookie will give you 100.
Yeah.
If you're feeling Tobey Maguire awkward and put in like 176.
Dude, don't do that to me.
How much will MyBookie give you?
Enough. Some.
How much?
73 dollars.
No.
Dude, you tell me.
We said 86?
No, you said 176.
Or 176? I don't know, man.
Isn't that 73?
That'd be 88, right?
Sure.
That sounds right. So if you're
oh yeah, because mine's 146.
If you're Tobey Maguire awkward and put in 176, they'll give you 88 to play with. Not bad. That's promo code DORK over at mybookie.ag. Mybookie.ag. You play, you win.
You get paid.
You love it.
Love it.
And we love them, and that's where we make our money on Sundays, and we'll recap some games that we made money on. I guess we'll recap all the games because it's kind of what we're here to do. Nick, we already covered Thursday. You know that. Don't act the fool.
All right, can we get into the first game of the week?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it on here. Oh, struggling.
You are not prepared for this.
Why is this on week 7?
What, dude?
Fix it, ESPN. There's week 11.
No free plugs.
Week 10 off the...
No free plugs, but... Dude, you getting this, or...?
Yeah. Hang in there. I don't think we're getting this. We got it. All right, first game, the Redskins. Washington Redskins advance to 6-3 as they travel to Tampa Bay and beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 16-3. Bucks fall to 3-6.
Dude, how awkward was this game?
Annoying. It was very annoying because I was super confident in the Bucks -3, and I should have been.
You weren't prepared for the Bucks to have the most total yards and least amount of points ever in a football game.
Yeah, how many red zone turnovers did they have?
I know they had 500 yards and 6 points.
Ryan Fitzpatrick had 406 passing yards. Peyton Barber ran for 61 yards. Ryan Fitzpatrick another 35.
Do you think if Ryan
Zero touchdowns.
If he never got pulled, dude, do you think he'd be the leading passer in yards?
Probably. He puts up many.
He was before he got pulled. He was beating out Pat Mahomes.
They had 2 receivers over 100 yards, and let me tell you who it wasn't. Deshaun Jackson or Mike Evans.
Really? Mike Evans didn't get 100?
No, dude. It was Jaquiz Rogers and Chris Godwin.
Do you remember when? Wasn't he? Jaquiz used to be on the Packers, wasn't he?
I don't remember, but I know he's so fast in the old man.
Yeah. That's how I know him,
He's
dude.
very fast.
But Yeah, I watched this game, and the Bucks literally every time they had the ball would drive it down on the Redskins and then just
Turn
it
it
over.
one way or another.
Yeah.
They had some missed field goals too, right?
I think so. But like the field goals weren't going to be the difference maker here. They needed to score a touchdown. They just couldn't.
Chandler Catanzaro was 1 of 3. Not great. Not great at all, Chandler. You make those other 2 and it's a touchdown game.
Yeah.
Then it's 9-16. They got a chance.
Yeah.
They got a Hail Mary chance with Fitzmagic,
dude,
Deshaun
so
Jackson, and Mike Evans. I like the Hail Mary chance with this team more
This
than other
game
teams.
was 13-6 for so long.
No way. The Bucks or the Redskins scored 10 in the 4th.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, it was 6-3 for very long.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
You get confused with the ones sometimes. I get it.
Yeah.
But that game sounded remarkably boring. So
Dude, it wasn't because it was so exhilarating. It's
actually, that's true.
exhilarating.
Right.
You're like, the Bucks are gonna fucking take the lead here, and then they went, no, we're not.
What the Redskins do? Just drive the fucking half
Punt the
field
ball
and punt
a lot.
over and over
They
again.
punted a lot.
A game that was kept closer than it should have been. Arizona Cardinals travel to Arrowhead.
Dude, I honestly thought you were going into Patriots Titans there.
Lose to the Chiefs 14-26. Not great.
And
for
wasn't
the
it
Cardinals?
it was-
Cardinals are done, right? 2-7. Year's done.
No, dude, win out. Take the division.
Year's done. They
If they win out, and the Rams lose out, they could take the division.
Pat Mahomes threw 7 incomplete passes, 249 yards and 2 touchdowns. Kareem Hunt another 71 yards rushing and 25 catching. Tyreek Hill had 7 catches for 117 and 2 touchdowns.
That may be the problem.
He's ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, the whole team is.
But like he's too much for any defense.
Yeah.
And we talk about this every week, and no one can figure out what to do with him.
Dude, the Cardinals contained him.
Did they?
Yeah, a little bit.
He really bailed me out of fantasy. Him and Zeke were lifesavers. In this game, though, big fantasy play for you. David Johnson finally showed
Yeah,
up.
dude. My fantasy team scored, 150 points this week?
170.
Was it 170?
Yeah, Byron Leftwich finally showed everyone how to use David Johnson, as he had 21 carries for 98 yards and a touchdown, 7 receptions for 85 yards and a touchdown, led the team in both receiving and rushing, and had the only 2 touchdowns in the game.
Now, if only he could teach Josh Rosen how to throw a football.
Okay, you don't have to come at him like that. A little bit rude. They hung in there.
Yeah, it's still not much to say about this game. It's just the Chiefs got a lead early. I went, fuck it. They're not going to score this much.
What does it mean with the Cardinals holding the Chiefs at 26?
Nothing,
Is there
dude.
anything to look into with
Nothing. That means as much as the Titans beating the Patriots.
that? Like, you try and mark off the Titans every week, and like
They're hanging in.
hanging in.
Yeah.
Beating the Patriots 34-10 is hanging in.
Yeah, the Lions beat them too. The Lions
Or
are 3-6, dude.
Or going to Dallas.
What was the line-
Beating the Cowboys on a Monday night. You keep writing them
So?
off, but
Yeah, dude, they beat the Cowboys.
all right.
Yeah. Colts got to win over the
They
Redskins.
just beat the Super Bowl champs.
The Cowboys?
Cowboys just beat the Super Bowl champs. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Don't try to do football math because you know it doesn't add up, and you're trying to make it add up for
I'm
us.
just saying, you're right. You're writing a team off that's 5-4 right now, and their last loss in their past 4
5-5.
games. No,
Oh, sorry, I'm already counting next week.
they're 5-4, and their last loss in 4 games was because they went for 2 in London.
Yeah, should have kicked the extra point.
Just saying.
Would be leading the division.
A game that kind of blew the doors off of everyone and ruined the Bills' chance at a number 1 overall pick. The Bills traveled to New York and beat the Jets 41-10.
The Bills continue to disappoint fans. They think they're getting a first draft pick, and the Bills went, "No, we're gonna win this one."
Matt Barkley, 15 of 25 for 232 and 2 touchdowns. A game good enough that the Bills were finally convinced to release Nathan Peterman.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest news to take away from this game is our sweet prince is no more.
LaShawn McCoy, 113 yards and 2 touchdowns. Looked
Yeah.
like old Shady out there. In typical Bills fashion, the leading receiver is Robert Foster. 105 yards.
Hey, why'd they get rid of Terrell Pryor? They went, "Oh, we won a game. We can get rid of him now."
Oh, and Deion Dawkins, the offensive lineman,
Oh,
caught
yeah.
a touchdown pass. Good for him. Yeah, this was when they decided to release Terrell Pryor and Nathan Peterman together. right off into the sunset.
Because they want Nathan Peterman, Matt Barkley's throwing touchdown passes to linemen, and you couldn't complete the ball. Did you see the stat that if Nathan Peterman just spiked the ball every time he threw it instead, he would have a higher QBR?
Yeah, he's a horrible quarterback.
I love that we saw the worst quarterback ever play the game.
And probably the worst that we'll ever play in
yeah,
general.
and we got to witness it live, though, dude.
Josh McCown showed that he could not care any less about football as he completed 50% of his passes for 135 and 2 touchdowns. He wants to go back to being a high-paid quarterback coach.
He went, fuck this. I want to be back. Yeah, he wants to just go back to coaching, dude.
He's getting that coaching treatment with a quarterback salary. That's the life.
He's loving this bye week.
Yeah, he is. And hoping Darnold's fine. Because he does not want to play again.
Going, oh, you're looking real healthy today.
Jacksonville falls to 3-6 as the Indianapolis Colts host them and spank them a little bit in Lucas Oil Stadium.
And then decide to let them get back.
Decide to let them come back, and a last drive fumble, I want to say it was by Leonard Fournette, hands the Colts the win on a silver platter. 26-29, Indianapolis wins.
I can't wait for that Colts-Titans game. Just because we're going to see, like you said it off the air, is like that game will really show us who's probably the number one contender coming out of the AFC South.
Yeah, I'm still not buying into the Texans.
I just don't see
despite being 6-3.
Texans are going to struggle. Didn't the Titans go to overtime with them as well? Or did they not play yet?
I don't think they played yet.
Because the Colts went to overtime with the Texans and lost to they went for it on 4th and 2. The Colts have only gotten better since then. You know, Andrew Luck has thrown 3 touchdowns in his past 4 games.
Yeah, probably all to Eric Ebron.
But yeah, the Colts haven't allowed a sack in 4 games. They're probably gonna make it 5 because it's not like the Titans even have a good pass rush or a good defense. So if you guys are looking for early lines before tomorrow's podcast, just hammer the over on the Colts-Titans game. Hammer the Colts, whatever they're giving the Titans, because you know they're favorites.
The Colts are favored. A lot of value in the Titans on the money line there. Titans seem to be underdogs coming into almost every game.
Again, I think it's one of we'll talk about it tomorrow, but it's one of those things where I think everybody thinks their defense can't play as well as they have every game.
Yeah, they're number 1 in scoring and a handful of other reported statistics. In bigger news, Blake Bortles wasn't the reason for this loss. Blake Bortles had 320 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Jags defense is not playing good football.
Yeah, and Jalen Ramsey wants out.
And I can't blame him, but at the same time, he's
play
not
better,
even having that much of a good year, you know?
I tweeted at him. I let him know Indianapolis is a beautiful city and that he should take a look there.
Can you imagine if they landed Lev Bell and Jalen Ramsey?
Oh, dude.
Marlon Mack would be pissed, and rightfully so.
No, because he'd be a great second running back.
Andrew Luck, 285, 3 touchdowns and a pick. Marlon Mack held to 29 yards in this game.
Yeah. I mean, it's...
Ain't no thing, though, huh?
How many carries?
I think it was 12.
Yeah, gotta do better.
Gotta do a little bit better than that. Another team that needs to do better, the 3-6 Lions.
Yeah. They're 0-3.
Traveled to Soldier Field and lose 34-22. And that's with Cody Parkey being the most generous kicker in NFL history.
No, dude. Probably the most accurate. He was aiming for the goalpost.
Yeah, Cody Parkey hit the uprights on 4 consecutive kicks.
Yeah, I think he was aiming for them, dude.
Can't do that. You can't do that 4 times, man. Like you
Maybe
can't.
somebody pissed him off and he went, I'm going to hit the goalpost 4 times. And they went, you can't do that. And he went, watch this.
He's got to not do things like that. Very lucky that this was a one-sided game.
Oh, yeah, if this was like a field goal game, yikes.
Mitch Trubisky, real deal. 23 of 30, 355, and 3 touchdowns.
We don't know yet.
Matt Nagy's making things happen there, though. That is.
Are him and Marcus Mariota the future of the NFL?
Dude, Marcus Mariota's looked good these past couple
You know,
weeks.
him and I are the same age.
Yeah, and he's got a fucking way better mustache than you could literally ever grow in your life.
We'll see.
They call him Mustache Mariota on Instagram. Titans Instagram's worth a follow. Go check that out.
No, it's not, dude.
I think it's good.
You like the Titans more than you like the 49ers. You're a bigger Titans fan than you've ever been a 49ers fan.
Sometimes. Allen Robinson sighting. 133 yards, 2 touchdowns on 6 catches.
I forgot he went to the Jags.
Yeah, 'cause he didn't do shit. No, the Bears.
Oh, yeah, the Bears. That's right.
Didn't do shit there.
Well, that's because they were using, is it Peter Gabriel?
Taylor Gabriel.
Taylor Gabriel.
No, it's not.
Who's Peter Gabriel?
The musician.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that the In Your Eyes guy? Great song, huh?
Dude, it's crazy that they've used Peter Gabriel as such a good slot receiver.
Yeah, I guess, but
Not
Taylor
only-
Gabriel had 0 catches, so he's not as good as Peter.
His voice is angelic, and so are his hands.
The rookie Anthony Miller had 5 catches for 122 and a touchdown. Also, Mitch Trubisky spreading the rock,
Oh, he loves to spread the love.
and the W's. They're 6-3.
They are, and top of the division.
That's a legitimate team, like a
Who
real
would've-
playoff.
Who would have thought
That's
coming into this year the Bears would beat out the Vikings and the Packers in the NFC North?
Season's not over though.
No, yeah, there's still a lot of football left.
It's a lot of time for the Bears to
They
beat
still have
the
to play the
Bears.
Vikings, I think, twice, don't they?
Yeah,
So,
I think they play this week.
I think so too. Actually, I'm almost positive they do.
Is it in Minnesota?
No, we'll see tomorrow.
Well, maybe fans want to know.
Tune in tomorrow, and you'll find out.
I don't even
Tomorrow.
call them listeners. I call them fans. They're fanatics.
Dude, they're the dorks.
The Saints, 8-1.
Yeah.
This is insane. The Bengals were 5-3 coming into this game, which no one talked about. And the Saints reminded us why no one talks about them as they traveled to Cincinnati and beat Marvin Lewis's Bengals 51-14. What
They
the
were-
Bengals do to respond? Hired Hugh Jackson.
First off, love the signing. They really have a leg up on the Browns this year.
They still have to play him twice.
But no, the thing didn't the Bengals start off 3-0?
Yeah,
So now they're 3-3. Well, 3-4.
2-4,
Oh yeah, 2-4.
and they just lost by fucking 37,
Yeah, and
which is
like,
probably what the Cavs just won by.
chill, dude. Getting their second W of the year. But the Saints just, I don't know. They're having a storybook year.
Drew Brees threw 3 incompletions, 265 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Making a little run at MVP. I like it.
Yeah, he's coming for you, Patty.
Hopefully Patty Ice slows down as much as I love him. Mark Ingram, 104 yards on the ground. Alvin Kamara, 56 yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns.
But on 3 carries.
Michael Thomas, 70 yards and 2 touchdowns. Mark Ingram, a touchdown through the air with 58 passing yards. This offense can use all of their weapons, probably
Yeah.
better than anyone in the NFL can.
And,
We like to talk about the Rams, but they can't utilize everyone like the Saints can.
and instead of playing football, Andy Dalton just took notes on how to become a better quarterback.
Yeah. Yes, he probably did. I have not even looked at his stats because it's, yeah, exactly. 12 of 20, 153, a touchdown, and 2 picks.
Wait, how are they down so much and only threw the ball 20 times? Did they just try to get out of there? They went
I
just
don't
for-
know because they only carried the ball 16 times. They had
So they just-
26 plays.
They think, oh my god, dude.
I don't know for sure that that's all they had, but like that's 20 pass attempts, 15 carry, or I guess 16 carries, so 20.
26.
Yeah, 26. Hey,
No,
what the fuck?
36. 16.
Yeah, big difference.
But still 36
Wow, well,
plays.
good thing you guys aren't here for our math, huh?
No, it's okay. I got you
Doesn't
back.
seem like enough. Does not seem like enough at all.
But Hugh Jackson will turn that around.
More concerning, Jeff Driscoll's their punter, right?
I don't know. I don't know the Bengals punter off. Thomas Morstead didn't punt at all,
That is worth talking about.
which is
Oh no,
wild.
Jeff Driscoll's a backup quarterback. I was gonna say he threw 3 passes, and I feel like that's way too many. if you're the punter.
Even if you're the backup quarterback.
No, they benched.
Oh,
They benched him because they went. Fuck
they
it.
don't want anybody getting hurt
Teddy Bridgewater threw a pass too, incomplete.
for a pick.
No, I don't think so.
Remember when he came back last year?
And he got the standing ovation. It was just very ugly.
And they just
Bad
threw a
scene.
pick.
Bad scene when they came in and silenced him. Jeff Driscoll though, 2 of 3 for 45 yards. The future in Cincinnati. Almost better stats than. Actually, I'd probably take these stats over Andy Dalton's.
Okay.
2 less picks.
Okay.
Andy Dalton,
You hate Andy Dalton.
your
You
butt's-
hate the Red
Your
Rocket.
butt's heating up, huh?
No.
I do. I don't like him. At
No,
all.
because the safest people in the NFL are Marvin Lewis and Andy Dalton, dude.
No, Alex Smith. Is
I don't
safer than
think
Andy
so.
Dalton.
No, Alex Smith gets treated around like a little hot potato.
Yeah, but he's a safer player.
No, I'm talking about job safety.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Like Marvin Lewis and Andy Dalton, they're not going anywhere.
Bill Belichick will get fired before Marv Lewis.
Oh yeah, dude.
Speaking of Bill Belichick, 34-10.
Oh god, dude.
Patriots fall to 7-3. The AFC East is wide open with the Dolphins. 2 games behind? They're
Yeah.
5-4, right?
No,
Or are they
aren't
4
they
and 5?
I think they're 4-5.
5-5. Hey, have a bye week. So they are 2 games behind. Patriots
Yeah.
play the Titans a couple more times. This thing's doable.
That doesn't happen every time, dude.
I think
These two, if the Titans,
Mike Vrabel outcoached Bill Belichick.
if they meet in the playoffs, other way around?
I don't know. Tom Brady,
No
21
Gronk.
of 41,
No Gronk.
254 yards. Gronk wouldn't give the team. Gronk wouldn't play defense for them.
Yeah, he would.
Hold
Dude.
them to less
Yeah,
than
they were gonna
34
move him
points.
to the end before he got hurt.
Julian Edelman, 100% completion. Brian Hoyer, 100% completion. Tom Brady, just over 50%. Who should be quarterback?
Dude, did you see how many times he got hit? He was literally
lot,
on his
dude.
butt. Like, probably the most he's ever been on his butt.
He got hit a shit ton.
He was always on his tush.
I wish I had the exact number. Something to watch. Julian Edelman did leave this game with an ankle injury. They think it's something minor, and he should be back after the bye week, but he may miss a week.
You know
or two.
what he needs? Some
Steroids.
HGH.
Yeah, he's back on it probably. Good for him.
back on the juice.
Even Steven Gostkowski missed a field goal in this one.
Yeah.
It was a 56-yarder,
But
which is long.
he's
but
usually money from there.
he is.
That's right in his price range, 56 yards.
Speaking of money, though, Marcus Mariota 16 of 24, 228, and 2 touchdowns. That's a good game for him. Derrick Henry 58 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns. Deion Lewis 57 rushing yards. Corey Davis played like a freak. Why does he play so well against the Patriots? Because remember the playoffs last year? Corey Davis 125 yards and a touchdown. The Delaney Walker Feelin, Jonnu Smith with another touchdown. Good game
Good win for him.
for the boys. And fun fact, both quarterbacks caught a first down or first pass.
Did
I
they?
guess. Tom Brady tripped before the first down. He did trip on the catch. Caught the ball, wide open field, turned around, tripped over the turf, and fell about a yard short of the
Funny
first.
is it? He may be the greatest quarterback of all time, and he's so unathletic.
Yeah, he's probably the least athletic quarterback of all time. He's up there, dude.
I want to see him versus Peyton Manning in a catching competition.
And Mike Vrabel said the reason they ran that play was to see if it would look better than when the Patriots ran it. And Deion Lewis
Deion
was
Lewis
asked
got
if
a
this
little.
was personal, and he said, hell yeah, it was personal. You go cheap, you get your ass kicked.
Yeah,
And that did happen.
I guess.
They got their asses kicked. Moving on, though. This kicked off the podcast, and I guess we'll just touch on it again quick. Cleveland Browns beat
They're feeling dangerous.
host, the Atlanta Falcons. Feel dangerous and pull out a 28-16 win. Falcons are 4-5 now, and they can allow probably one more loss this year before
Yeah.
their playoff hopes are done.
Yeah, they have to pretty much win out.
That is not great. Matt Ryan's probably annoyed. 38 of 52, 330 yards, 2 touchdowns. And he was annoyed. He was screaming on the sideline, vulgar things that we won't repeat on this podcast.
They have to play the Saints one more time, right? Have they played yet? Yeah, they
played.
did.
Yeah. And they play the Ravens.
Yeah.
They play the Panthers in week 16, I believe.
Well, dude, you can't bring up the Ravens as like a key game because even the Ravens play terrible, but they
that's
play
what I mean.
so
like,
good.
there's a potential for that to be
Yeah.
a game. Lucky they don't play the Browns again, though.
Name-
Julio found the end zone 2 weeks in a row.
Name a more in the hunt team than the Baltimore Ravens.
Every fucking year. They're literally never going to not be in the hunt.
They're never clinching it, but they're always in the hunt.
Oh, yeah, their playoff hopes will always come down to the last week,
Yep.
no matter what. Even if they're the top team in that division, somehow there will be a fluke.
It's like you're 14-2. How are you guys in the hunt?
Oh, actually, I'll read off Baker's stat line real quick just because we did lead off with him. And it was a great one. 17 of 20, 216, and 3 touchdowns.
Greg Williams gets a full weekend with the crew. You think that's what has to do with this?
Freddie Kitchens, man.
You think
Making
it's-
waves.
You think it's Fred Kitchens?
Baker's in the kitchen, huh?
Don't say that.
You don't like it?
No,
I think it's good.
because I think it's more of Baker's in the kitchen with a Chubb.
Stop. Bradley Chubb. Oh, yeah.
Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb. Set the franchise record for longest rush
Did he?
for the Browns with a 92-yard rushing touchdown.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know
Baker's in the
why I
kitchen.
skipped over that.
Baker's in the kitchen with a
Nick
Chubb.
Chubb, 20 carries, 176 yards, and a touchdown.
And his friend Jarvis.
Have yourself a little day. Jarvis Landry probably played. Jarvis Landry did not play very well. 2 catches, 22 yards.
Yeah, but it was important 22 yards, dude. It was a put away 22.
Probably was. I'll be honest, I missed a lot of that game. Chargers advanced to 7-2.
They're 7-2?
Yeah,
I thought.
I thought they were 6-3.
Yeah.
And the
What the
Raiders
fuck?
naturally fall to 1-8.
Dude, they're number 2 in the AFC.
Well, not because of the Chiefs. They would still be a wild card team if the season ended right now.
Yeah.
And they're 7-2, and that's a little bit annoying.
Wait, no.
20
yeah,
to
they
6.
can't take the number 2. Wait, they can't take the number 2 seed. It has to be a division leader.
Yeah, division leaders are 1 through 4. That's why when
That's such bullshit, dude.
that's why when the Seahawks made it 7-9, and the wild card teams were 9-7. It was that's when people were bitching about the way the playoffs.
yeah,
system
but
is.
not even that. I'm just talking about you should be able to get, you should be able to miss the wild card by just, it should be best records miss the wild card.
Yeah, no, they can't get a bye unless the Chiefs fall. But they do play the Chiefs again, so fate is in their hands. 20-6. Phillip Rivers, 18 of 26, 223, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Don't expect much.
Dude, their
different
only
from him
losses
most of
are
the
to the Chiefs and the Rams.
Yeah, dude. Like they beat everyone else pretty handedly too. This is a legitimate team. They did just lose Denzel Perriman, their star linebacker.
Yeah.
Speaking of linebackers, I should have brought that up. Deion Jones activated off injured reserve for the Falcons too. Dude,
I'm just blown away by how good the Chargers are and how little we've heard about them.
Yeah.
I just realized that they're only 2 losses.
And how no one talks about Melvin Gordon. 93 rushing yards in this game, 72 receiving yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, but like when they had 3 losses, I'm like, oh yeah, so Rams, Chiefs, and someone else. But I'm like, dude, when it's just the Rams and Chiefs, that's a whole different story.
Yeah, the only 2 teams they've lost to have 1 win each.
And now when they play the Chiefs, I think they played them week 2. Now there's way more film on the Chiefs.
Especially if the Chiefs lose to the Rams in LA now that the game's moved. We'll get to that more tomorrow as well. But there's a lot on the line in the AFC West.
Yeah.
2 of the best teams in the AFC.
Let's go Chargers.
I wouldn't be mad seeing them take that division.
And then losing in the first round of
it
playoffs.
would be exciting. And then we would get to see an extra Chiefs game if they're on the wild card.
Yeah.
On their conquest of the Super Bowl.
And they have to play the Titans.
Well, I'd be torn.
Or Indy.
I would be torn to watch them play the Titans because, like, I love Pat Mahomes, but I love the Titans. Los Angeles Rams, 9-1, as they beat the Seahawks in probably another. I mean, this was another great game. The Seahawks and Rams have played each other very well in both games. The Rams did win both, 36-31 this time. Russell Wilson 17 of 26, 176 yards, 3 touchdowns. They really did a lot of work on the ground in this, though. Rashad Penny had 108 yards, the rookie who they took over any potential lineman, which they probably could have used. Rashad Penny's first big game.
But I think the takeaway from this game, and to quote Sean McVay, let's go, motherfucker.
Dude, he was stoked. That was a big win for them.
Well, yeah, and especially since both their games with the Seahawks has been neck and neck.
Seahawks are 4-5.
With 2 losses to the Rams.
2 losses to the Rams. This was a locker room that over the summer was completely overrun by
drama,
veteran players in the worst way possible. Pete Carroll removed these veteran players, tore down the entire team, and this was supposed to be a rebuild year, and they're very much in the playoff hunt.
And in this game, I think Pete Carroll outcoached Sean McVay. He just doesn't have the weapons Sean McVay does. He doesn't have the
same talents. If Pete Carroll and the Seahawks run the table here, or not even run the table, say they finish 9-7 and sneak into the playoffs.
7-9.
Well, no, they're not going to take the division. They can't now, but if they sneak into the playoffs at 9-7, is Pete Carroll legitimate Coach of the Year candidate, given all the adversity he's overcome this year?
I guess, yeah.
I mean, this was supposed to be a throwaway year for them to kind of bounce back, and they got rid of almost all of their defense except for like 3 players.
Yeah. And it's not like they
crazy.
made super big moves in the offseason.
No, dude. I mean, their leading receivers, Tyler Lockett and Doug Baldwin, who have both been there. Ed Dixon, who was a backup tight end last year.
The rookie tight end.
What's the rookie tight end, he hasn't been doing shit lately.
Oh, really? Since like the first 3 weeks? Yeah, he kind of
disappeared, yeah. He was a big fantasy draw for a couple weeks, and then everyone remembered why they haven't heard of him. But that being said, this is a legitimate team. 4-5. I don't think they're out of the running at all.
No, and you can never count the Seahawks out.
You can never, count the Seahawks and Pete Carroll out, especially. I'm not the biggest Pete Carroll fan, but sometimes you gotta root for the enemy.
They're right with the Ravens in the hunt.
Yeah, absolutely. Fuck, I lost my spot. This is very unprofessional.
Well, we could speak of in the hunt teams.
Green Bay Packers.
I was thinking Miami Dolphins, dude.
Well, and Miami Dolphins. This was the game.
Yeah.
Packers host the Dolphins and win 31-12. Most annoying fashion ever, because the last leg of my teaser was the Dolphins plus 17. Dolphins found a way to lose by 19.
Well, Brock Osweiler did that for you, bud.
Dolphins fall to 5-5. Packers are 4-4-1.
Because what was their first drive? They drove all the way down the field, the Dolphins, and Brock Osweiler fumbled a shotgun snap.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
So
very
come on, dude.
That wasn't his fault.
It was a weird snap, hit him weird in the hands. Very frustrating play because the field goal that drive covers.
Yeah.
But that's a story for another time. Brock Osweiler, 23 of 37, 213, and just 1 pick. Frank Gore, 90-yard day.
Of course.
Frank Gore, 107 years old, 90-yard rushing day.
Wait, how'd they only score 12 points?
Dude, all field goals.
Like, because it seems like their offense was moving the ball.
Jason Sanders bails them out. Like, they didn't win, but that dude is money.
But also, you're playing the Packers defense. You need to score touchdowns.
They've been showing up. They've got a good defensive front lately. Nick Perry's not traveling with them this week. Again, something we'll talk about tomorrow, but they're traveling with a lot of...
And friend of the show, big fumble recovery at the end of the game.
Reggie Gilbert putting that game away.
Put it on ice.
That's a huge fumble recovery that turned that game around. Aaron Rodgers in this game, 19 of 28 for 2 touchdowns, 199 yards. Aaron Jones, 145 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns.
He's on Nick's Nukes, baby.
Devonta Adams, also on Nick's Nukes, 57 yards, 2 touchdowns through the air.
Sitting at a pretty third spot in the division.
Like you mentioned with Reggie Gilbert, he did have a sack and fumble recovery.
He's here to play, baby.
Which is always exciting to see. Very friendly guy.
Yep.
It's weird seeing such a friendly guy hit players so hard and think that maybe he's not as nice as we want him to be. But he's nice to us because he's not hitting us. And that's great.
Our sponsor set up a thing where you have to get sacked by him 12 times.
Dude, I would do it.
What? At what point do you cry?
Which sponsor? We're talking my bookie. I would do it for him.
At what?
First hit, I'd cry.
You'd cry after the first one?
Absolutely.
You wouldn't make it
I bet you he hits harder than I've ever been hit.
You wouldn't make it like 2 or 3 before you're like, I just don't want to do this anymore. You think you don't quit after 2 or 3 of them, dude?
Do I have a choice to quit?
Yeah, you can give up.
I'd probably...
But it's recorded.
I don't know. I'd see how long I can make it. But I know for a fact I would cry after the first one.
And
he's a big
dude. And you'd go, are you crying? You'd go, this is what you do. No.
Let's see how...
Well, I can hear you ticking away.
6'4", 260-pound linebacker.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. So
let's set that up, my bookie. If they're listening, dude, I hope they set that up.
Yeah, I don't, and I don't know if there's legal situations protecting me in this case, and I hope
there's not.
I hope there is.
Oh, that'd be so funny, dude.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't. That would be
you both
arguably the worst
up,
thing that
dude.
ever happened.
You both padded up, and you.
I would get pads at least.
Yeah, would you be shaking? But no, like
I'd
flat jacket or anything.
Yeah, I'd be shaking if that's what you're.
And
asking.
you have to say hike, and someone snaps you the football, and then you just have to sit there. At what one do you start trying to run away from him?
First, I don't think he can stand in place. He's a huge dude,
and he's gonna catch you every time.
Yeah, he's probably so fast. Because he looks fast on an NFL field. I can only imagine how fast he is compared to me.
You're getting nervous thinking about this.
I would hate it. I would hate it a little bit. A lot.
I don't think you make it 12.
I don't either. I'd be shocked.
I think after like the third one, you're like, fuck this.
Yeah. Unless we had money on the line for it.
Even then, dude, probably like 4 or 5 you've broken something.
That's crazy to think about. I don't drink enough milk. I haven't taken mad vitamins.
Dude, your ACL's donezo after that.
Doesn't even make sense.
I know. That's how hard he's hitting
My vitamins would probably protect my bones for a little bit longer than most average people.
And you don't get a
very good for you if you're
you
not
don't get a
taking
ref
vitamins.
though to call roughing the passer.
Do you take daily vitamins?
No.
Why?
Are you going into an ad read?
No. I just checking on you. I take them.
Okay.
And vitamin C.
Packers won that game.
And so did the Cowboys.
Yeah, fuck the Cowboys.
That was crazy. I seriously was all in on the Eagles for this. Every time I root against the Eagles, they win the Super Bowl. And then when I root for them,
they lose.
They just lose.
This is, you know who this is even bigger for than the Cowboys and Eagles?
The Redskins,
dude. The Redskins love that.
That's a big move for the Redskins, and everyone's hurt.
Big cushion.
Good for me. I have the Redskins at over 7.
Okay, dude, just put money aside for 2 seconds.
Get that, though. They're like a game away from pushing, at least.
Aren't they at 7 wins?
They're 6-3.
Oh.
And there's like a lot of games left to be played, so like
they should win one more at least to push it.
Yeah, because they're very banged up, but they still do have NFL players on that team.
You should at least get your money back.
And Juicy J. Gruden should be able to. I hope they win like 9 games and take that division.
I would love that. I would love for the Redskins to take that division.
They would
because
probably get
don't
mauled
like the other teams.
By any NFC playoff team. They'd probably get handled. I think with the injuries they have, not a healthy Redskins team. I wouldn't be saying that about them. A healthy Redskins team, I think, could be a legitimate contender.
An AP.
Yeah. Like next year, if the Redskins for the first time in 20 years cannot lose all of their starters, they could make an actual run. But a banged up Redskins team, say they come in and play a wild card team like I don't know. The other wildcard team would probably be the Panthers at this rate.
Yeah, dude.
But they would be like the 5th seed because the Saints would take 2nd. So who would be leading the other divisions right now? You'd have the Rams and Saints at the top. And then it'd be someone like the Bears or fucking...
Yeah,
the
dude.
Bears would probably...
The Bears' defense against that offensive line.
That'd be ugly.
Yeah. Dude, Khalil Mack, what about that video of him that went viral?
Oh, where he reverse pancake blocked a lineman and then drove through another one, and while he tripped over the lineman, jumped on top of Matthew Stafford. Yeah, freak of nature. I am not giving the Cowboys the respect they deserve. Dak played good football, 270 yards and a touchdown.
For once.
He played smart. Zeke, 151 yards, 1 touchdown.
Do you think that's why Dak had good stats, though?
36 receiving yards for the back and 1 touchdown. Amari Cooper, 75 yards. Leading receiver for them.
But do you think...
Yeah, Dak's better when Zeke is dominating.
Yeah. Like, Zeke has to dominate for Dak to do okay.
That always brings out the best Dak, and, like, that's normal. That makes sense.
But still, you should be able to rely on your quarterback, too, to win you some games when you can't run for 155 yards.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
And they can't.
They can't do that. It's just the way that goes. And they need receiver help, and it looks like they have it finally. Carson Wentz, 32 of 44 for 360 and 2 touchdowns. 1 pick as well. Josh Adams is their leading running back, and this is becoming a growing problem for this Eagles team.
Yeah.
They cannot move the ball on the ground.
Yeah.
That offensive line's not doing what it should.
They just had a huge injury, too, with Ronald Darby out for the season.
Yeah, torn ACL. He's done. That's not great. And he was their top corner.
They're kind of losing all their leaders in that locker room.
Zach Ertz, though, 14 catches, 145 yards, and 2 touchdowns. That dude can do everything.
Yeah.
Literally everything. I bet you they're fucking kicking themselves in the ass for getting rid of Garrett Blunt, huh?
Probably.
Jay Ajayi's out. Injuries can ruin a team's season. Like, I know everyone knows that, but it's like this time in the year where you really start to realize, like, what teams are missing.
Yeah.
But that's about the only takeaway there. Redskins won that game. Get it?
Yeah.
Funny. Oh, why is YouTube opening up? This does not even make sense. Why is this happening?
Dude, you're so bad at this.
Oh my god, everything's going wrong.
All right, and the 49ers on Monday night hosted the Giants.
The Giants. Yeah, that wasn't great.
Yeah.
Refs blew that game for San Francisco.
No, here we go. You're a 49ers fan now.
They did, though. And even you admitted it. We don't have to get into the details of that, but there was a bad spotting issue that led to an offsides penalty.
And the 49ers just got outplayed by the Giants.
That led to a last time out. They did. Odell Beckham had himself a little day with 73 yards and 2 touchdowns, right? Yeah, it was 2 in that game.
It could have also been the air. It was probably so hard to breathe. Like, so different, the air quality there.
Yeah, dude, it was in the dangerous...
Yeah.
Like, in the dangerous spectrum because of the wildfires.
Yeah.
Like, that's
and they still hosted a football game.
Yeah, probably don't play there.
No.
And they moved the Mexico game to LA, which I feel like is real close.
I don't know. Maybe they plan on putting it all out this week.
Yeah, I feel like they should have done it faster if they have the answer.
No, they just got the answer.
Man, that's devastating, though. That's taking out a whole town.
We'll get into it.
Oh, in your news?
No.
Okay.
If we have time for news.
You don't have to silence me. We'll make time for the news. It's an important thing. Nick Mullins, 27 to 39, 250 yards, a touchdown, and 2 picks. Named the 49ers starter against the Bucks after their bye week. I love it. Got a little Mullins magic in there.
Of course, you found a name for him.
Matt Breida, 101 yards and a touchdown. I'm excited for next year when Jerick McKinnon's back to see how those two are used.
Now, how good was Booger McFarland's and Jason Witten's debate on if Eli Manning's a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, it was very forced and fabricated, and I love Booger, but enough Jason Witten, man. Get him out of there. He makes every conversation much more awkward than it has to be. I remember last week we sat here and talked about it, and I was like, well, he's opened up in the Cowboys game. Maybe it'll carry over. Nope.
No.
Not a chance.
Just as much consistency as a Dallas Cowboy.
You think with the once a Cowboy, always a Cowboy. With the history with the Giants, you think he would know enough about that team? He played them twice a year for, 15 years? Know more about the team that they kind of carry that, and don't just fucking sit there and be so awkward and do this too much. Like, every time they show the camera, he's turning to Joe Tessitore going like this. If you're not watching, do that. Watch it.
Just watch any Monday Night Football game.
Oh no, or watch our YouTube videos.
Oh yeah.
Nick.
Or
More
watch
importantly.
Jason Witten, dude.
Yeah, no. Avoid Jason Witten. Start Man, if there's ever... I hope the Chargers play in a Monday night game. Because then I'm going to mute that and put on Matt Money Smith's radio call.
Or
That's a dream come true.
should we start a petition to get Jason Witten out of the Monday Night broadcasting booth?
And get Matt Money Smith on there.
Yeah.
I wish, but I feel like he wouldn't leave the Chargers.
I think he would.
Best radio guy out there. A big opportunity, but he's an NFL employee, and that's ESPN. So don't get rowdy.
You quit.
He's not a moonlighter.
You don't know that?
Don't make him out to be. He's a king. Queen. I don't know, whatever he wants to be. Great guy, probably. That's all we got. The 49ers are 2-8. Giants are 2-8 as well.
Uh-oh.
It's a race for the first overall pick. If the
Push
Raiders
the
can pull
Niners
another
down,
one.
though. Niners gave that one up to get down the draft pick.
If the Raiders can sneak out a win, the Raiders would have to win too. 49ers beat them. Looks like we're going second.
Yeah.
Now you wanted to jump into MMA, right?
Yeah.
So that's all we got here.
Well, I mean, just to recap the fights real quick from this past weekend.
Best card I've seen in a long time, and it was absolutely free.
We had Donald Cerrone. He faced Mike Perry.
Came in as an underdog, and we were both very...
Yeah, and this got producer Pops, his betting juices flowing.
It did. He's finally
A degenerate.
he's finally hopping on board with my bookie and making stacks.
In your terrible life choices of gambling all your money away.
Who?
You.
No. No, that's
Not
fine.
spoken like a true gambler. Donald Cerrone, though, if you listen to Friday's podcast,
We're very adamantly against him. Both of us were absolutely against him.
Mike Perry would finish him in the first round. But the bet we did say to take was the under in this fight. And you took the under, and Donald Cerrone went, I've got you, Timothy.
Under on 1.5 rounds.
And he submitted Mike Perry in the first round via armbar.
It was beautiful, too.
Yeah. And he won that, became the most wins in UFC history, the most finishes in UFC history. He got back at his old gym. He won on UFC's 25th anniversary.
In Denver.
And his hometown of Denver, Colorado.
In front of his baby.
In front of his baby and his grandma.
And his baby dressed as a cowboy.
Yep.
Danger. Awesome name.
You want to get into the coolest knockout of the year?
Before we do that, this was also a fight that we decided to bet on the over-under for.
Yeah, and producer Pops got cocky.
Producer
Korean
Pops
Zombie.
This was producer Pops' first night of gambling, and Vegas gave him the warmest welcome one could imagine. But
yeah, you're Rodriguez.
We did take the over on that, which is something you highly recommended.
Yep.
So that was a nice parlay. If you followed my Twitter, you would have known to do that.
But Yair Rodriguez decided with 4 minutes and 58 seconds left. Oh, what? 4 minutes 58 seconds gone in the fifth round. Only 2 seconds remaining. He was gonna land a devastating no-look elbow to Korean Zombie to knock him out cold.
Literally standing back up from ducking a punch and seemingly accidentally knocked him out.
That was on purpose because if you look, the elbow came over like that.
I don't know.
That's a drill.
To go like this?
No, he didn't throw it like that. He literally came over. He threw it like a punch. He threw the elbow over.
He hit him with this part of the elbow, though.
Yeah,
so what
exactly.
Over
exactly. No, he threw it over.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But producer Pops had a specific bet out there for the Korean Zombie to win by decision, which seemed incredibly likely.
Yeah, the judges' scorecards, only one of them had Yair Rodriguez winning the fight. That was just, those two took such a beating in that fight.
And I think Korean Zombie won every round except for the fourth in that.
I think, well, no, everybody had it super close.
Did they?
Yeah, just because there's so much damage back and forth.
It was a great fight. And even in that last 10 seconds, a very respectful fight through and through.
So weird, though. That fifth round was so weird.
And they both stopped in the 10th round, or with 10 seconds left in the fifth round, and high-fived and kind of accepted that the fight was over, and then decided with literally like 4 seconds left to get into one last brawl. And then that happened.
Yeah, and there's a picture that went viral of the two of them in a hospital together holding hands.
Yep.
And
which is awesome. I'll be honest, my first Korean Zombie fight that I've watched. And now I understand why he's despite fighting a few times, one of the biggest names.
And why he's also called the Korean Zombie, dude.
That dude's so excited.
Because he took such a beating and kept coming forward. He was taking so many big hits.
Although that was the most worried I've been in a long time seeing somebody get knocked out. The way he hit the mat.
Oh, yeah. He was out wild, too.
Was not a friendly sight.
Well, that was 100% him coming forward, and you're ducking, throwing an elbow.
That was a lot of contact at once, and everything went limp, and that was very nerve-wracking.
Well, that's what happens when you eat an elbow right to the front of your face.
Yeah, it was ugly. But big win for Yair.
Yeah, number 10 fighter in the world.
Korean Zombie, I'm assuming, can't drop too far in the rankings from that, right?
No, and
He's still got to be up. And is he going to keep fighting? Like
Korean Zombie? I'd have to guess. Yeah,
he's not even 30, right?
The big problem here is Yair is he was supposed to fight Zabit. And he left if you remember, he left the UFC because he didn't want to fight Zabit. He came back. They had the Zabit fight. Then they for some reason got rid of Zabit, put the Korean Zombie in.
Zabit next?
He was supposed to fight Zabit on this card. He has to be next, dude.
And is he going to leave the UFC again?
I would. Do you want to fight Zabit?
Do you think he could beat Zabit?
No.
No? Do you think the Korean Zombie could beat Zabit?
No.
I liked that fight, though. I was hoping that it was going to turn into a boxing match and have 12 rounds.
One thing, too, to take away from that Donald Cerrone fight, he said he is going to return to 155 and go get that belt.
He said he wants it, so we're going to see more Cowboy. And if he fights that aggressive again...
I've got a rumor for you. The whole rumor mill is churning for 155. There's a huge pay-per-view draw who just lost, who's going to be looking to bounce back against a big superstar for the UFC.
Conor and Donald Cerrone?
Conor and Donald Cerrone is in talks to be next.
I don't like that for Cowboy at all. I mean, if he somehow wins...
I like it for his pocket.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's a huge payday for Conor.
Deserves the money. But, and I also don't want somebody to sit there and shit-talk Cowboy. I don't like that. I'm not going to like watching that.
How do you shit-talk him? No, dude, I kind of look forward to that because Cowboy's the king of brushing off shit-talk. I don't know how Conor's going to deal with him just brushing off going, yeah, dude, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like seeing people be mad rude to him, and Conor gets super personal. And it's dial it back.
I just don't
this is a legend in the sport.
But I just don't see how you can shit. What is there to shit talk Donald Cerrone? You've got the most wins in UFC history.
He's probably got
who the fuck is this guy?
Probably a dead family member he's gonna attack.
He'll make fun of his grandma or something like that.
He's a piece of shit.
And Donald Cerrone go, all right, dude.
Fuck Conor McGregor.
Okay.
Sometimes when we talk about him, I get so mad at him.
I don't know why.
Because he does fucked up things. I don't know.
But he makes these other fighters
and
so rich.
And he makes a lot of money. I understand that. And that's awesome. But
he made Khabib so rich.
If you're gonna be a shit talker, be like Chael Sonnen, where it's funny as shit.
Yeah, but Chael Sonnen didn't make these guys so rich.
So what? It's so way more fun to watch.
Yeah, I love Chael Sonnen. I love that when we saw Chael Sonnen fight live, he had a poem prepared for after he won.
Yeah, and submitted
Shogun Rua.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Via guillotine.
That was a crazy submission. I mean, it wasn't anything fancy, but very unexpected finish.
That's everything I have for MMA news.
You sure?
Yeah.
A big piece of breaking news you forgot about.
What's the breaking news?
No, I'm just fucking with you. I got nothing. Before we transition over to Nick's word, Nick, I want to take a moment to tell you about one of our lovely sponsors.
Who's that?
G-Pen, Nick. I
know.
You do. You got a couple keychains.
I do.
You can head over to www.gpen.com. This is really the end-all be-all for all sorts of vaporizers, whether you're vaporizing ground material, concentrates, or liquid. This is the place to be. You know that.
Oh, yeah.
You love them. And Nick, you're a big rug guy. You collect rugs.
They call me Nick the Rug Collector Capus.
You can even get a nice G-Pen rug. Hats, shirts, grinders. And again, they've got vaporizers ranging from the Nova to the Elite to the Pro to the Geo. As cheap as $34.99. That's a very affordable price.
Nothing's more affordable.
They've got very affordable vaporizers, some hybrid ones, all sorts of fun accessories, charging docks, and just replacement pieces. Especially a lot of problem people run into with vaporizers is their coils burning out. Seems to happen more frequently.
The hardest part is trying to find a new one.
Hardest part is trying to find a new one. You know where you can do it?
Where's that?
Don't act dumb. You know exactly where you can do it. We're talking about it right now. Head over to gpen.com and you can even find those. Best thing about this, too, it's all already affordable, and we put in a good word for you. And if you tell them we sent you, you'll knock 15% off of that bad boy. And that is with our promo code. Do you know it?
Well, I was gonna ask you, like, how do I let them know that you sent us? Do I have to email them?
Yeah.
Email them the promo code?
Yep. It seems very inefficient, but believe it or not.
No, that's not how you do it.
When it's in the cart, when you have your products in the cart, you hit the little add promo code button and type in SportsDork15. That's SportsDork15 for 15% off. You love it, Nick.
Can't get enough of it.
I don't have a cool slogan for these guys, but it is a good website. Very efficient. And not gonna lie, putting my mouse over the little tabs here, I like it because the arrow flips upside down.
G-Pen.
And it throws me off. Gpen.com.
Oh,
Head
no,
over.
I was going to come up with a slogan.
Oh, do it.
How do you like this? G-Pen.
Well, you're pitching to
No,
the
hold
wrong
on.
guy. You gotta talk to them.
G-Pen. They make vapes. Great.
No, I don't know if you can do that. I think you're gonna cause problems for me by doing that. Head over to gpen.com. Free domestic ground shipping on all orders over $75, and if you use promo code SportsDork15, 15% off. Rock with it, you know.
Lean with it.
Be Fat Joe. I wish we were with Fat Joe. Oh man, producer Pop's gonna kill me. He sent me a message saying to check the picture he sent me before MMA, and I totally forgot to do that. So I gotta see if it's.
It's the Yair Rodriguez one.
You know, I can't get this to work anyways. It's the Yair Rodriguez one. Oh yeah, he sent it twice. Why did you send it twice? You got stuck, so you sent. That makes. All right.
Gpen.com.
Gpen.com, I guess. Well, thanks for hanging in there with us. Nick, you know what time it is, and you hate it.
I'm gonna sing, Chris.
Nick's word of the day.
Before we get into this, I saw it was like some article on Facebook, and it's the hardest words to spell. And I'm actually praying, and I'm happy if he didn't see it. I hope producer Pops didn't get his hands on this.
He didn't, and producer Pops is gonna get mad at me because I'm going a little bit off script because I think the word he gave you is too easy.
No, you have to go with what he gave me. He
Can't
picked
do
it,
it,
dude.
Can't do it.
That's bullshit.
Can't do it. Too easy. I can tell you it,
What is it?
but we're not using it as your word.
What is it?
Can you agree?
Yeah.
It-
Use this one instead.
What is it, though? What do you give
Yeah,
me?
let me tell him what I'm trying to use and see where he feels.
Oh, dude, this is probably the time. What was the word he was going to give me?
Interested.
What's up, everybody?
Dude, I don't think I would have got it.
Yeah, you would have, dude.
INTER. STEAD.
You're kidding.
Dude, that's one of those.
I wish I didn't have so much trust in you.
That's one of those words that spell check gets me for me every time.
Dude, that's fucking literally the easiest word to sound
All
out
right,
because there's no.
But that's not my word of the day. So what is it?
Guess what kind of word it is first. You know this drill by now.
Adjective.
Ooh, money. Good start.
It's been adjective
I
like the
swear
last
to God,
5.
if you knock this one out and not interested, not authorized by the law, not in accordance
Prohibited?
with accepted standards or rules. Nick, your word is
Illegitimate.
Nick, your word is
Illegitimate.
At least I give you a shot.
Nick, your word is
Illegitimate.
yeah,
ILLEG.
yeah.
A.
No. I would have been so mad if you got a one and done there, and it made me look dumb for not going with interested.
ILLEG. Illegitimate. I.
Yep.
L.
No.
ILL. Fuck, I forgot where I am.
Oh, you're 3 letters in, dude.
ILLIG.
No, oh my God. ILLEGITIMATE.
I wasn't getting it.
Interested, you would have gotten after one. I feel. Like.
I don't know.
You would have remembered the second E. You had to.
INTER.
Yeah. You're kidding, dude.
E.
Yeah. Oh my God.
S. Interested. TED.
Yeah. No, you don't get music. You don't get music. Nick, we're gonna have you your reward for fucking figuring out that word.
Because if you didn't tell me it was a second E, I'm probably not getting it.
Probably not, and that's insane. That is something I'm not gonna be able to get over for a little while. But what we're gonna do
Hey,
to
law school's right around the corner.
fix the pain, good thing
They don't care about spelling.
I guess they probably do. But
That's what the internet's for. A little hit, a little punch at secretaries, huh?
all right. Taking off the gloves. I guess we'll go to your news. I don't have words for you.
Introducing for the first time ever, Nick's News.
Featuring Nick.
This is Nick's News, and I'm Nick without Fluffy. Timothy, Chris is going to be upset when he hears this on the podcast. Juuls, they're getting pulled from stores
Good. Popcorn lung. Bad
to
thing.
stop teenage vaping.
Popcorn
You're
lung
going to be able to only buy them online. Luckily, our sponsor at gpen.com,
is a perfect online one-stop shop,
they only sell them online, so bam.
but not Juuls.
Um,
More safe vaporizers that don't give you popcorn lung.
Yeah.
Actually, let's hit at that.
yeah, Juuls popcorn lung, G-Pen, no popcorn lung.
Relaxed. That's what
So you tell me which one you want.
you want. You want to be nice and relaxed, taking it easy, or do you want popcorn
Do you
lung?
guys want to cough like Chris did?
Dude, it was bad.
And now he doesn't cough anymore.
Yep, because our sponsors hooked them up and took care of them.
I don't know if you saw this. You're a big basketball guy now, though. Jimmy Butler got traded to the 76ers.
Yeah.
Before he left the locker room, though, he had some words for some guys. Karl Anthony Towns. He got into a little scrappy fight with him, called him a 7-foot bitch.
A little scuffle. Yeah, he said, I ain't ever seen a 7-foot bitch before. And
To Anthony Wiggins, he told him to cut his braids. You ugly motherfucker.
wait, do you remember what happened with Karl Anthony Towns after though?
He cried.
He did. He cried.
Karl Anthony
He
Towns.
left the locker room crying.
And I think it's so funny if that's where he called him a 7-foot bitch.
No, I wish he
Is
called him a bitch and then he cried.
No, I want him to start crying. He goes, I ain't never seen a 7-foot bitch before.
No, dude, I wish like he just said it offhandedly
No.
and then Karl Anthony Towns got super upset.
Because I
by
want
it
them
and
to be
cried.
like, there's a little bit of scuffle, and then Jimmy Butler lands a nice right hand on him.
No, because they're basketball
then-
players. They're not punching.
But he lands a nice right hand on him, and Karl Anthony Towns is going, like you can hear him starting to cry, and he goes, I ain't never seen a 7-foot bitch before.
And then he fucking cries mad loud and runs out like a high school movie.
Shut up!
I wish. Slam the door
And then
on his
Anthony
mom.
Wiggins goes, you're being a real asshole, Jimmy. And he goes, you need to cut your dreads, you ugly motherfucker. And just leave.
And then fucking goes to Philly. Oh, dude, how fitting that he's in Philadelphia.
Exactly.
Fan base is gonna love it,
Oh,
huh?
maybe he did that because he's like, oh, I'm a Philly guy now.
He got there and flipped over a car.
And watched the Eagles Super Bowl in the street.
Yeah, and started saying dilly dilly fuck 80-year-old women or 96, whatever she was. Too old to
She
be
was like, yeah, she
really
was in
just
her 90s,
shitting on
dude.
her.
Um,
Bad fan
99,
base.
wasn't she? Because I thought she turned 100 after the Super Bowl.
Probably. Dude, might be the worst fan base in sports.
And
I don't feel bad
I
saying
don't
that.
know if I hate Jimmy Butler or love him.
I think that's funny, but it's so Philly that it kind of bothers me now that I'm putting those
now
things
that
together.
now that you said, because I feel like if you got traded to like the Knicks, where
And
he was
did
rumored
that,
to go,
would've
that wouldn't
been-
have happened.
But even if it did and he was going to the Knicks, it's like, all right, that's funny. He's fucking stirring the
Yeah.
pot. But because he's going to Philly, it seems too fucking Philly.
And Philly fans, that whole stadium already has Jimmy Butler's jerseys.
Yeah,
Uh,
and the street's on fire.
to get serious for a second, California's got some serious wildfires going on
Bad
right
time for me to make that fire joke about Philly, huh?
now.
That was not good.
Burned down town, literally
And
full
yeah,
towns.
Paradise burned down.
Um,
Schools lost.
everyone's affected by this. Gerard Butler has gone to Instagram and posted pictures of his house. Just doesn't exist anymore.
Last I saw was 44,
Same with Miley Cyrus.
44 deaths
Yep.
by the fire.
Yeah, so many people have been evacuated out of California, and this is moving at 800 yards a minute, depending on how the wind's blowing.
That's literally too many.
Yeah, and it got to the point though where it was moving so fast that it would actually come off the ground, skip a town, and then hit the ground and burn everything around it. It's just
That's terrifying.
yeah, and thank God for firefighters and everything to try to contain it. They're doing their best to contain it, and I don't know. It's a crazy thing going on in California.
It's absolutely devastating, and it's one of those things where I guess you hear like of earthquakes or like tsunamis happening in other parts of the world, and it doesn't really hit home as much. While it sounds shitty to say, it doesn't really like sink in because it's not right next
No.
door. And I get California's not next door to us; we're in New York, but it does definitely feel different.
Well, and it's also too like when you're seeing like because a lot of times you hear oh, this many people lost their house, but you don't know those people. Even then, you don't know the celebrities, but you're like, oh, you just assume that they're immune to it because you never hear about a celebrity's house
they're
burning down.
protected from everything. And
But Gerard Butler, Miley Cyrus, Everlast, his house got burned down.
don't call him Everlast.
I don't know his name.
The 49ers last night had the Paradise High School football team out on the field with them.
And even in football news connected to that, Sean McVay, Jared Goff, and Wade Phillips have all been evacuated from their houses in LA.
Yep.
Which is just, again, everyone's affected by this, and it's just crazy.
And if you stay tuned for that, we are working out the details on a little fundraiser coming probably Friday for you. We'll do it through the weekend. So stay tuned, and hopefully we'll have that running soon.
In lighter news, though, your girl's in the headlines again.
Give me a guess. Tanya Avenger.
No. I said in the headlines, dude. Not in the gym.
I don't know.
Rapper?
Rapper. Lil Mama.
No.
Cardi B.
Cardi B's making headlines. Cardi B, Chance the Rapper, and T.I. will host a music competition show on Netflix called Rhyme and Flow. It got announced literally before producer Pops hit record.
Little peek behind the curtains. That'll be good.
You gonna watch it?
Yeah, probably. Like, fuck it.
Dude,
Actually,
I don't
probably
think I will.
not, dude.
I hate Cardi B's voice.
I bitch
Like,
about
she's
not
a good
having
rapper.
time. I'm not gonna watch it.
She's a good rapper, but dude, her talking voice
She's beautiful though.
is not as hot as Nicki Minaj.
Way hotter than Nicki
No.
Minaj. Yeah, take a back seat on that.
No, dude.
And we're gonna have feminists all over us for having this conversation, but way hotter than
I'll
Nicki
have
Minaj.
Hey, man, if feminists are listening, thank you for listening.
Thanks for tuning in. Sorry for offending you, but Cardi B fucking puts her to shame.
No, dude.
And I don't think I'll actually watch it.
But Black China's way hotter than both, right?
No, I can't. I
I
don't
like
think
how
so.
you went. I like how you went. Instead of even going with the joke, you just go, no.
Yeah, I don't know if we're on the same page there.
Chance the Rapper, you're not a big fan of him, are you?
I think he's overhyped.
Yeah, you're like, eh.
He's like alright and stuff he's featured in, but then people are like, acid rap's so good, and you listen to acid rap and you go, what the fuck? Because it's so bad.
But then you have T.I. who just only puts out bangers.
Dude, I'd fuck with T.I. in that, though.
Dude,
He's probably good.
Yeah, he puts out heaters.
And I feel like he's...
Well, no, they're
like, I feel
hosting
like
the
he's always
competition.
got to be drunk, you know?
I think they're doing
At
like
this point in his
a
career.
freestyle show. Like,
Yeah,
America's
it's
Got
gonna be, like,
Talent, but it's all
Wild 'N Out,
freestyles.
right?
Yeah. And they just go...
It's just me, Cat Williams.
No, Wild 'N Out is Nick Cannon.
They used... Cat Williams was fucking on it for so long. Dude.
Was he?
Yeah.
And then he went crazy, and now he's not allowed in the
Yeah, and then he
United
punched
States.
that little kid or whatever he did.
Yeah, now he's not allowed in America anymore.
Cat Williams is a fucking goon, though, huh?
That's everything.
What the fuck happened to him? I want to
Again,
see if
he's
he's
not
in
allowed
jail right now.
No, he's not allowed in America.
Yeah,
He's-
but he's probably in jail over
no, he's
wherever it is.
on a tour in Europe.
Cat Williams' life.
No, not his whole life, dude. We don't need to read his life story.
How much does he make a year? What a weird question to pop up. $10 million is net worth, not per year. I was going to say that's too much money for fucking Cat Williams.
Well, dude, he would be so much. He'd have so much more money if he didn't get kicked out of America.
He's always been a strong... How did he get kicked out of America, dude? He's born in Cincinnati, Ohio.
No, he's because I think he threatened to kill a president or something like that.
Oh, well, don't do that. He's got his
Let's
own website, catwilliams.com.
Oh, well, yeah, dude, he's a stand-up comedian. He's gonna have his own
He's
website.
a comedian?
Is he?
No, that's... You just said he was. You said he was a comedian.
Comedian,
Yeah.
not Canadian.
No, comedian is what I'm
Oh
saying.
yeah, what?
I thought he was like just a fucking shit rapper, and they had him on because he was funny.
What, dude? He was like one of the most famous rappers at his peak.
Yeah, Cat Williams, Wild 'N Out, right here, dude. Fucking Cat Williams returns.
Dude, what?
The last time he was on was season 4, episode 2420. Blaze it up, Cat Williams. It was
Phone's for you.
September 27th, 2007. The previous episode was Bruce. Next episode of DJ Khaled. no one's gonna answer this phone.
I don't even know where it is.
It's good. No one took 3 rings.
Oh, dude, he got charged with assault of a driver after argument over dog.
Very vague. Very vague crime, but very specifically.
He's in legal trouble yet again is the headline, and this is in 2018. I guess he's back in America. I think he just fled for a little bit.
Dude, suspicion of assault during Wild 'N Out tour. He's fucking insane.
He's letting everybody catch these hands.
What's he fucking look like now?
He looks exactly the same.
He
just
didn't
with
age?
He looks exactly the same, but with a shaved head.
Dude, how fucking funny. He's so funny, dude. All right. Thanks for checking us out, and thanks for the little Katt Williams rundown, Nick. And thank you guys for spending a little bit over an hour with us. I know you're busy. Everyone's busy. Appreciate you
But you can take us with us.
making
With
some
you.
room.
We fit right in your pocket.
Weird way to put it. But
We do.
we appreciate you making some room in your busy day, vibing out with us. And if you want to keep doing that, you want us to keep doing this, you got to start showing us some love. We're still at 34 ratings and are waiting to drop our mixtape. Not really, but our debut single for Catheter Chris, wherever he is, when we get 100 ratings.
I heard he was at that music video with Tekashi 6ix9ine that got shot up.
And you know what? If we get 100 ratings, we'll figure out a time date. We'll fill out the application to try to get Chris on this rap show on Netflix.
And
What's up, everybody?
Oh, he's here.
And Chris, you're cool with going on that rap show on Netflix?
And why are
What's
you
up, everybody?
Why are you hanging out with Tekashi 6ix9ine so much?
Chris, you
Are you the queen of New York?
Chris, do you have anything more to say?
What's up, everybody?
All right, let's
Let's get out of here.
extend your vocabulary. Yeah, thanks again for tuning in. Head over to iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, Facebook, Sports Dorks Podcast, and give us 5 stars over there. Rock out with us. Twitter and Instagram at SportsDorks_, Facebook at Sports_Dorks, Nick on Twitter and Instagram at Nick Kappas, me at Timothy J. Churro on Twitter, and keep up with all my bets. We just lost a basketball bet because the Hornets shouldn't have lost the game that they lost. Instagram at Tim_Churro, www.sports-dorks.com. Thanks for tuning in.